Welcome to our last episode, Prudence.
No, thanks so much. It has been very exciting to be talking about my journey.
You know,
inspiring
your journey is so inspiring. It's a beautiful to listen to, and I also want to say up the women, because there is so much need for women entrepreneurs in this continent. And the fact that you have done so much in such a short period of time gives me so much excitement, because I know you build your family, you build your qualifications, you build your network, and you build the company. I think the next years you definitely going to contribute so much to entrepreneurship in general, but more so women entrepreneurship, and most importantly, fourth industrial revolution. Tell us about Dynamic DNA and the work it is doing. You are a multiplier kind of a company when I look at it from a distance.
So Dynamic DNA, I started the business 7 years ago with the true intent of bridging the gap that was within the market for digital skills, but also gap that was in the country that keeps increasing. So our main focus is qualifications that are very scarce within the market. So we are accredited with the MICT-CETA for qualifications such as programming, coding, software development, software testing, business analysis. This is from a national accreditation perspective, but because we are so skills focused and not focusing on just the academics, we've also gone to the extent where we've accredited ourselves as a learning institution for international qualifications, such as Microsoft, such as CompTIA, and also have our own Pearson VUE Exam Test Center. Our offices are in Randburg, where we occupy a whole building with that can occupy close to 500 students at any given time. This is when you are talking about just being in the physical space. But because we are an innovator, we're in the technology space, and we're very adaptive with the way that we do things, we have also virtual online courses for our students. So we are able to facilitate a bursary, a learnership, a skills program fully virtually for our students. This can be unemployed youth, but it can also be employees that want to upskill themselves to be relevant within this industrial revolution. The other thing that I wanted to just touch on was the fact that our main focus was to be digitally forward and ensuring that the people that go out of our courses are relevant and employed. Our main passion and vision for the business is to ensure that a lot more females participate in the digital economy. So we have a program, an initiative called 4IR for Her, where we want more females to know and understand more about technology and how they fit in, and that they can work for those big corporates. You know, you see the figures when you see the stats that 10% of the people that occupy technology companies are females. 10% is too low for when you look at the overall population of our country. You know, when you look at employment equity stats, majority of the people that are supposed to be occupying spaces are supposed to be females. So if that is not the ratio that is being showcased in reality, then we have a lot of work to do. So hence this campaign called 4IR for Her. When you think about the fourth industrial revolution, you need to be thinking about technologies such as artificial intelligence, such as Internet of Things, robotics, everything that is really regarded as futuristic, but is currently here in our country. Currently implementing on all of these things. Right now, as I was busy talking to you, my laptop just cracked up, and it was Siri. She's probably asking me what I want. And that's artificial intelligence. This is a robot that is trying to interact with me as a human. So yes, there will be, because of fourth industrial revolution, there will be a displacement of jobs because jobs will become redundant. But it's part of our job as Dynamic DNA to ensure that those people don't go out of the working environment. We reskill, we upskill them so that they know more about technology. So as an institution as well, we pride ourselves in the fact that we look at the holistic value chain of an individual from when they start with the recruitment. So they have to, if you're an unemployed youth and you're going to go through a learnership or bursary program, we look at your qualifications. We'll look at matric as a start because our qualifications start from level 4. Look at your matric, and you are then qualified to move on to the next step, which is doing the IKM test, aptitude test. You also look at problem-solving skills, logical skills, because we can't just be focusing on the technology element, because if someone like the younger me wants to do a technology qualification, we can't stop that person from applying just because they came from a disadvantaged background. So we look at the other skills that one would have in order for them to be fast-tracked through the program, like problem-solving skills and logical skills. And once they go through that process and they're successful, they're able to do an interview. And with the interview, we get to now interact with the individual to see that drive in them, because the opportunities that we present to these learners are free of charge to them. We partner up with companies, with corporates, with SMEs, with the government, with the CETAs to acquire funding for their fees, but most importantly to not pay for their data costs, nor pay for their traveling costs when they have to come into the institution. So you get a full holistic approach training, but you don't, as an end beneficiary, pay a single thing. So we want to go through our program, have the hunger.
And how do you find these learners, or how do they find you?
Yes, so we do it using various streams. So one would be that our business enablement team would go into the schools and find and do sessions where they teach them about the qualifications that we do, and then also get a feel for the appetite, and then give them our details, and they get to apply through our platform. Alternatively, what we also do is, the minute that we have a program that needs to run, we'll put the word out into various social media platforms, which I'll share with you later on, and then we get CVs coming into our website where they can apply.
Wow. So you have found a gap in the market or a business case that you are addressing, and that is to provide the qualifications of the future in terms of the fourth industrial revolution technologies. The
qualification and the skill of the future. So what we also look at, I spoke earlier on about the value chain of the individual. So once they start once they've accepted into the program, they're able to then start getting upskilled and getting training, they get mentorship and coaching in people coming into the campus and giving them projects, and this is something that's unheard of normally within the education sector, where you get really fast-tracked in the skill that you will get after qualification. So we run the programs over a 12 to 24-month period to to ensure that the individuals that complete the program are relevant and competitive within the market. If you think about us as a college versus someone that would have done their qualification at a university, they would have done 3 years academic, 3 to 4 years academic qualification. And with our learners, it needs to be equivalent and the same.
Yes.
You know, but the edge that these our learners would have is the added skill that the industry really wants. We work very closely with the industry, so we'll go in and say, Company A, you currently want us to formulate a course for you. What are the type of skills that you would want in your organization for these people to fill? Then we work off that program and we merge it with the MICT CETA qualification, and bringing those two together gives you that added advantage. We don't only focus on grooming people who will have a mindset of, I want to get a job. We don't want those type of people. You know, yes, we will get them in the beginning, but we will change your mindset, because what happens in a case where the economy starts plummeting? What happens in a case where there are no jobs that are available? You need to think as an entrepreneur yourself. So we also have an entrepreneurial aspect to our training once they complete their 2-year program, to instill those types of skills from ideation up until a point where they have a prototype to sell to potential clients, which we also have a launch and invite potential clients on their behalf. We ensure that they have business cards, they have brochures, they have a presentation on board, and they're able to talk through it and get potential clients into their businesses.
So I want you just to touch again on the key strategic partners. You mentioned Microsoft, you mentioned the MIC CETA, CompTIA, and who else? And government is also your partner.
Yes. Yes, also a partner is government, corporates, so these are large enterprises, and also the SMMEs. I don't disregard the SMMEs, because we assist and capacitate SMMEs. They're able to grow their businesses, and at some point they will become large enterprises. So these SMMEs, how they play a vital role into our ecosystem is they need to, we supply skill to their business at some point to the companies, and they get to trial them out for about 6 months without paying salary to these people. We pay it on their behalf. And we support them.
I see.
And we support the SMEs.
So those are also at the same time your clients, right?
Correct.
Because they take you up, your graduates, and beautiful. And you mentioned on the distribution channels you use, you have your own center. You can then also offer a course online. And then, is there any other way of distributing your offerings?
Yeah, so it's what you mentioned right now. The physical space, which is contact time. It's a full-on experience, online training, and as well, we also have webinars that we offer, and e-courses as well that we offer to the larger corporates and SMEs as well.
I can imagine there should be a large number of people out there that cannot leave their places of work, but they would love to be equipped with these challenges, with this knowledge that meets the requirements of the now and the future. So the webinars
100%.
will be the way of doing that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And I know you are doing this because it's your calling. It presented itself. You responded very well. But every business has to have income streams. There's nothing wrong with that. So the sources of income for you, will that be funding from these companies, or?
Yes, it would be funding. It would also be consulting for various companies. And also it would be normal say for the training aspect of the business.
Yeah. But the matriculants, the graduates from grade 12, those purely become your learnership. Most of them become the learnerships that are funded by MIC CETA and the government and the other and corporates.
Yes.
But I think because you're preparing the skills that are required, so I guess for corporates that's not really an expense; it's actually investment, right?
100%. That's actually how we approach it. To say, let us become your skills development partner.
Yes.
Let us not work on a tick box mentality, because that wastes money for yourself, and there is no real empowerment imparted to the students. So let's work off your scarce skills gaps that you want to close in your organization, and let's use skills development as a channel.
That's beautiful. You know, there's a lot of people out there who sit and complain about government not doing things, but the government has set up frameworks and policies. It's up to us to grab them, which is basically what you're doing.
I agree.
Lovely. And share with us your stakeholder relationship management. I'm moving away from customer relationship management because, I mean, your organization is not really just driven by customers. But how do you go about managing relationships? I heard you talking about what do you call the people that go out and look for clients? You call them your engagement teams?
Business enablement.
Yes. That's the one way of managing your contact with your stakeholders. How else do you go about building, sustaining and maintaining the relationship with these diverse stakeholders you work with?
So there's various ways. If you think about our organization, we deal with different types of stakeholders that play different roles that they bring into the organization, that's vice versa as well. So we look at it from a company level to say which companies, which stakeholders are involved, what type of roles do they have, and then trickle it down to various departments. So there's a streamlined value chain, and everyone within the management team understands what role they need to play. But also, let's not forget, it's not only management that handles the business. It's also everyone else, all the employees, the team members. So they also need to understand what type of roles that they play in order to manage the different stakeholders. Stakeholder relationships for us is pretty crucial. So there's constant meetings as well that we have with the various stakeholders to know and understand lessons learned as well, also presented, and coming up with solutions quicker rather than only at a later stage.
Beautiful. And one will think that you must be dealing with heavy cost structures, or is not the case?
You think we are dealing
your
with
cost structures?
Cost structures.
Cost, yeah.
Cost structures.
I mean, you have got a physical building, you have got the equipment, you have got systems and cloud. I'm sure cloud storages and all those type of things.
Yeah. No, there's real cost involved. There's real cost in running an organization as large as we are. So
are you covering your costs?
We are covering all our costs.
Because you are doing such a great work, and we don't want you just to survive. We want you to cover costs.
We're covering all of the costs. I'll give you an example with COVID-19. I remember going into a meeting with all of the employees, and I said very bluntly so that the business is strong enough to financially to hold ourselves up during lockdown period. It's all about the structures that we've put in place. We've moved everything now to virtual. Let everyone, while they're at home, working from home, ensure that they do their part operationally. And then everything else will flow. So as a business, most definitely we are still holding strong.
And your resource management is quite good. You don't have you don't feel you didn't have a pressure of having to lay off people, no?
No, not at all. We did not lay off anyone, not even one person. We paid each and every person on time during the lockdown period.
Wow, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. What values drive Dynamic DNA?
drive us, pretty easy. It's the culture, it's the quality, it's the ethics, and it's also the skills element of it, whether it is the students or it's from the employees themselves. And I think lastly, it's the people, whether it's the learners, it's the clients, it's the stakeholders, it's the people that come through our institution, it's everyone involved. It's the people, it's the skills, it's the quality, and so that's us. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm not going to ask you to tell us what is the vision and mission of your company. I think it came out very clear.
Yes.
We'll read it. We'll read it on the walls when we come to your building.
I agree. Not even in the walls. You'll feel it as you are coming into the organization. You feel it.
We feel it. Yeah.
You feel the vision. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. You said you are 6 years old, 7 years old.
My son.
I mean the company.
The company is 7 years of age.
7 years of age. So in terms of life cycle, what is that? Are you in a growth phase? Are you in the definitely not the introduction phase? You have been doing a lot of work. Are you?
Yeah.
Will you say you are in a growth phase?
We are in between the growth and the expansion phase, I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Wonderful. And where do you see dynamic DNA in the next 10 years?
Oh, my goodness. I see us everywhere in the world. When I say everywhere in the world, I don't mean physically, because we want to be continuing in our education and empowerment right through using virtual learning. So we will be virtually everywhere. We will be employing people everywhere in the world that talk to different dialects, different cultures. I want to be employing people that talk a language that is localized. I don't want to be employing people here in SA. They're talking to people in Zambia. They won't talk the same language. So localization is very important. I also see the business, in the next 10 years, it will probably be 20 times larger than what it is right now. I see a lot more integration with the current, so a lot more growth with the current partners that we have, but also including more at-need skills such as Amazon into our offering.
Wow.
So as the skills become in demand, we want to ensure that we upskill ourselves and we impart knowledge to the people that wouldn't know and understand the skills.
Wow. And tell me the current team that you have, where do you source them? I can imagine they must be having top-notch skills.
Yeah, very diverse, very skilled, very qualified. That's why when I said earlier on, to me, yes, the title is there, but it means nothing for me. I'm surrounded by people that know more than I do. And I love that. I don't feel intimidated by that because I learn each and every day from them.
Yes.
And I empower myself from that. So they're very diverse as far as the offering that they give to Dynamic DNA. Majority of them are females, and the other thing is that they share the same vision as I do. So where do I source them, to answer your question? Everywhere, and I headhunt them if I have to, and I bring them into the organization.
Wow, and there's employment value proposition that you put forward to them.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So now, the newfound relationship with Cometa.
Yes.
Where do you see it in the next couple of years?
Sure, lots of exciting things. we have signed a partnership agreement that talks directly to the type of objectives that we want to reach. So one of the things that are synergies is that COMESA does mentorship and coaching, especially the fact that they run everything online. What we do and what we pride ourselves as an organization. Dynamic DNA does training, upskill individuals. So we want to go into a partnership whereby we synergize both and we bring in a holistic individual that comes programs. So we are going to be doing large things, big things together, not just in SA. As we grow along within this partnership and as we start getting footprint into various parts of the SADC region and the world, we go in partnership together.
Wonderful, wonderful. I would like people out there that are listening to you to be able to easily come into contact with your organization. And that's one of the objectives of this platform, the COMESA Radio Africa, is to bring demand and supply together so that we can impact on our environment positively. So if I'm in a corporate and I like what I hear and I see opportunity of working together with Dynamic DNA, where do I start?
Yeah, so if you want to get in contact with us, I think the main source is our website. So you can go into www.dynamicdna.co.za and you will get all of our details there. And you'll also get to see holistically what we do as an institution. You can also find us on Twitter, Dynamic DNA, and Facebook, and LinkedIn as well for professionals. And we also have a YouTube channel. If you want to find me, you can also look me up on LinkedIn, Prudence Mabitsela, on Twitter @Prudence Mabits1. Mabits is MABITS1, and then on Facebook, I'm Prudence Mabitsela.
And if I'm one of those people that want to act right now, what number do I call?
You can contact us on our landline, which is 011-759-5940. Alternatively, you can contact us on our email, which is inquiries@dynamicdna.co.za, or my personal one, which is prudence@dynamicdna.co.za.
Lovely. Any closing remarks?
Closing remarks from my side is let's ensure that when we work and there are synergies that we see, let's not see competition at all. Let's not work in silos. If we can work in collaboration, let us do it, and let's do it now.
Beautiful. Prudence, thank you so much for your generosity with so much inspiring information. Lovely story, and I'm sure many South Africans out there are very proud to hear that there are people like yourself who are really wanting to be part of developing this country and this continent and the world. We certainly learned a lot from you. It looks like we could talk on forever, and I think that must be suggesting that we maybe in 6 months' time we need you back on the platform.
I agree. And I'm very humbled. Thank you very much for having me on your show. Thank you so much for the partnership with COMESA. I'm looking forward to the work that we will do in partnership.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Prudence Mabitsela, the founder and the CEO of Dynamic DNA. I am Sam Zima, the CEO and Executive Business Coach at COMESA GOC International Pty Limited. You can also find us at www.comesa-goc.com. And should you want to become a member of COMESA Friends and Supporters Club, NPO, you may do so online at www.comesaclub.africa. And you are welcome to send us email at callcenter@comesa-goc.com. Otherwise, you go to any social media platform, type COMESA, you will find us there. And my social media name is Sam Zima. We thank you for tuning in. We are looking forward to welcoming you at our next broadcast as we unleash many other exciting entrepreneurs out there. As Prudence has mentioned, let's work together and build the continent. Goodbye and take care.